Hey there, it's Elizabeth, and welcome back to another Ramble session on a Monday. I hope y'all are doing well, and I hope you had a great week. So, I have lots to share with you today, and what things are going to be going on in the coming weeks, probably through, I don't know, maybe even into January. I'm going to take a little bit of a break from filming, but that does not mean that there will be less videos. Yeah. So I hope y'all's week went well. Last week, and your weekend. Saturday, I got the chance to go to a little neighborhood like holiday bazaar. And so that was super fun. I just walked on down to the clubhouse and moseyed around, and I picked up some earrings, which I will not show only because they're a gift. And I also, look at this sweet lady had just hundreds and hundreds of cards that she had made, and it was so cute. So I went ahead and purchased one from her, and she stamped it, happiest of holidays to you. Isn't that sweet? And then it says, hand stamped by Debbie with help from my kitty. Isn't that adorable? So stinking cute. And then a little envelope too. So sweet, so sweet. So pick that up. And today, well, last week was, it's been rough all the way around, but I'll get this rough stuff off and then we'll get to the good stuff. So yeah, my husband had another doctor's appointment, and he was supposed to go in Tuesday, and then like they never made the appointment, and it was just so frustrating because his pain pump needed to be refilled, and he was kind of freaking out. And yeah, so he ended up going Wednesday, and it's like whenever he goes down there, it's normally like a 7-hour trip, okay? To go down there, have the appointment, come back home. So it's not fun. And then this time they actually they aspirated the catheter that he has. He has a pain pump that's like inserted in his belly, but then the catheter goes up into like the back of his neck, like into his spine. I know it's gross, but you can't see anything. It's all internal, and then it administers pain medication constantly. And so they've been for 14 months, they've been trying to figure it out, and then decided that the medication that was in there was not effective. And so they took that medicine out and put a different type of pain medicine in, and that kind of threw him for a loop. And the doctor was like, you could go into withdrawals and do this if that happens, whatever. So I was trying to keep a close eye on him. But like today's Saturday. I'm filming this today because my husband just returned to the land of the living, basically. And so yeah, I'd really like to just spend the day with him tomorrow all day. Because like the past 2 days, he like slept for 48 hours, like 2 days gone. And so I was busy in here doing a lot of different things, and going and checking on him in between. But yeah, like today was the first day he took a shower for the first time. And yeah, I just had to make sure to be in there so he didn't fall or anything like that. And then the poor thing, he's just been shivering, cold, cold, cold. And I mean, it is cool here. It's like in the 70s, so yeah. But he's been like freezing, and so like he'll be freezing and then he'll get the sweats, and then he's freezing and then he'll get the sweats. And yeah, it's been going on for days now. Today actually was the first day he was, back to kind of himself, sort of. And so, yeah, our washer and dryer is right there in our bathroom. And so I put his towel and his clothes, that he was going to put on into the dryer so that when he got out of the shower, he'd have nice warm clothes to put on. Oh my goodness. We used to do that with our kids in the wintertime when it was cold out, we would put their towels and jammies in the dryer, So anyway, okay, so that's the lowdown on my husband. So throughout the week, I've gotten absolutely no housework done, with exception to some laundry. I did do laundry and change the bedclothes, But that's it. Otherwise, I've been in here, and here are some of the things I'm going to show you what I've been doing. So today, just today, Brooke from Recreations by Brooke. You need to go to her Facebook group. I'll have it linked below. She just put out this freebie, another Christmas freebie. She used to do something called Friday freebies, and so she's getting back into doing those. So this was the Friday freebie. I printed it on vellum because I just plan on using these as like overlays on my pages, right, for my December journal. So those are super cute. I'll show you how I used one of them. And then remember, like last week, I think it was, this is some of the stuff in this packet is what I'm using to hold some of my printables. Now, if you remember, here are a lot of them. Okay, last week I showed you, she also on her Facebook group, she had free printables, like a lot of free printables. Now, not all of these are duplicates, you know, but they're just beautiful, right? So she has like background pages like this. She has journal pages like this. And then she has, where are they? Are they in this stack? Yes. And then she has like cut aparts, you know? So head on over to her Facebook group and grab you some. Okay. So then I got to thinking today, I was like, you know what? I need my days, right? I need my days and I want them to be like festive, okay? So what I did was I found some address labels and then I photocopied one of her backgrounds onto the address label. And then I went to Avery.com and I put in the template number. This template number that I have is 5195, and they're this big, right? They're not very big, but I went into there, and if you make an account, it's free. You make an account, and then you can make up your own labels, you know? So you can make up your own day labels. You can, you know, do whatever you want. I used to, a long time ago, when I used to do the Fobonichi, I used to have a label at the top, and it would either be I am statements, or it would be Bible verses, or whatever. And so, yeah, they're just a real easy, quick way of putting things on your page, you know, and I just thought it would be fun to use Brooke's backgrounds. This happens to be a background of just scrapbook paper that I photocopied first. So I ran these actually through my printer twice, okay? First to get the background on there and then to go ahead and print my days. So, and then here's another background from Brooke. So I thought that was a fun idea, you know, thought I'd share it with you. So there's that. And there's Brooke's things. Okay. And then we have this little ditty. Okay. So this week, I forget what day. Oh, it was December 1st, in fact. Okay. So December 1st, this was possibly, was that the day my husband went to the doctor? I don't know. But anyway, I was home alone. So I made this, and this is going to be, if you want to learn how to make this, it is a junk journal made out of a clasp envelope, and it is going to be airing this week, okay? I am no longer going to be doing the junk journal, how to make a junk journal series on Fridays, okay? I'm going to be, this is going to be the last one of this year, in fact, okay? How to make a junk journal out of a clasp envelope. This happens to be a December journal / prompt journal, and I'll get into that in a second. But this takes you through the whole process from beginning to end, how I did the cover. I used Brooke's printables to decorate, okay? And I think it came out super cute. This is a little tassel I made, and it has a little, hear that? Oh, a little jingle bell. And I went ahead and put this little laminated card that I had made on it. And it has some other things here, like this little bead, gold bead, and this little light, a red Christmas light on the tassel. I love it, okay? And it's attached by a lobster claw using this type of little sewing trick that I learned from, I hope I'm in frame, yeah. This little sewing trick that I learned from let me think, treasure books. Okay, so check her out. And then here's my 3-hole pamphlet stitch, which is separate from this. So I changed her, what Natasha did, I changed it up a little bit just to fit my needs a little bit better. Now, here's what happened, and this is the reason why I made a Christmas journal. Okay, because I don't think I've shown you this. My gosh, you guys, I've made so many videos this week. I don't know whether I'm coming or going. So if you remember, okay, one of the last journals in my How to Make a Junk Journal series was how to make a junk journal out of a, what is this called? A hanging file folder, okay? Now, when I first made it, if you recall, because you would have just seen the last one this past Friday, I had made 3 signatures, like 3 holes for 3 signatures. Then, of course, and if you watched that one, oh, this thing still, it's an origami ornament thing, and it keeps coming apart. I've got to glue it together. Oh, and Barbara, sweetie, if you're watching, I'm probably not going to do this origami ornament thing, but I will try to find a link on how to make it. My sweet friend Barbara asked me, how did I make it? And it is very simple. However, I'm not going to have time to do it right now. And I don't know, maybe I could do a quick video, but it wouldn't air until like the middle of December. So I can try to, or I will try to find the link for it. I do believe though that I saw this being done on Instagram. So there's that. So this I had put in I had done this this tassel, right, from the idea of treasure books, but again, I modified it so that it fit my needs. But yeah, you'll just have to watch her video and see how she does it, and then, or you can watch my video from this past Friday and I show you how I do it. So I think in her video, she actually combines it with the 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and I just found it easier to just do a separate loop, right? Anyway, that's a very long story about that. So the whole reason I did a December journal is because, if you recall, this label used to say November, December 2022. Well, this is what happened. Okay, y'all know I like my fluff, I add a lot of stuff into my books. I love adding just everything, anything from food packaging to places I go to, just all sorts, right? It's very interactive. It tucks, tags, pockets, food packaging, lots of, places we go, things we do, all that kind of jazz, right? It's just, I love journaling this way so much. So what ended up happening was I originally had 2 signatures in here, one for November, one for December, and this ended up being my November. So what I did was the November was complete, okay? This is one complete signature, and it's the whole month of November. And so what I ended up doing was taking out both signatures. Yes, it was quite tricky, but I did it. I took out both signatures, right? I just snipped right here, took the binding out. I made sure to clip these really well, right, before I took them out. And then I just re-sewed this signature back into the center holes that I had made by mistake. So obviously, I didn't make them by mistake because now I'm using them, okay? And I don't care that there are these extra holes. It doesn't bother me. And then I have my closure and whatever. So because I did not have a journal now for December, and I was going to make you guys how to make a junk journal out of a clasp envelope anyway, I decided, well, let's combine the two. So I made a junk journal out of a clasp envelope that is now serving as my December 2022. Now, I have to tell you, I've never done this before. I've made clasp envelopes before, don't get me wrong, but I've never had a separate, I've never had a separate journal just for December. I've never done a December daily. I've never done prompts for December. I've never done Christmas prompts. I don't know that I've ever done any prompts, like consistently at all. So I decided to make this journal, and then I did a thing. Okay, I did a thing. So let's see if we can get into here. This is just one signature, okay? So this is a cute little vintage, I don't even know what it is. My girlfriend gave it to me and I love it, but it's like an ornament type of thing. And so it just opens like that, right? Here is the tie, and then it opens up. We have to be careful of the flower. We put this to the top so it doesn't get in our way. Okay, now in here, and you'll see the process from beginning to end, how I made the whole thing. Then, like I said, I did a thing, okay? On December 1st is when I finished this book and scheduled all the videos. And then I also did this. I made a Christmas prompts list. Now, a lot of times, you know, I've seen the December dailies, I've seen, you know, the Christmas prompts and all of that throughout the years, and none of them ever really, I guess, spoke to me. I don't know how to explain it. You know, a lot of times the prompt list would just be one word, you know, like jingle bells. And then it's, you know, then it was up to you. Of course, it was very open, you know, to your interpretation. So whatever you wanted to put for jingle bells, whether it was a sticker or paint jingle bells or whatever the case was. And I just never got into that. Nothing wrong with it. I think there's, you know, I think other people really enjoy them. It just was never my thing. And so as I was thinking, especially since I was going to have a separate journal for December, I thought, you know, I'm just going to go out on a limb, like really far out on a limb, because I've never done anything like this before, and make my own prompt list, right? And so I sat down and I came up with 31 with the help of my husband for some of them, I think, but came up with 31 prompts. And I will put the link down below to the very short video that I put out, I believe, on December 1st with this. And you can, there's a link, you know, that you can get the file to print it out for yourself. It's not, it still isn't too late. What is it today? The 5th, I guess? Yeah, it's not too late. And I have made a hashtag for it. So if you are on Instagram, or even if you do a YouTube video, you can hashtag Never Hopeless Christmas 2022 if you plan on following along, or doing, you know, doing the prompts, or in whichever way, shape, or form you feel like doing them. So yeah, there's that. And so I had put on here, you may want to write a short story, use a photo, draw, doodle, paint. The ideas are endless, right? Now, what I was just saying, like about the jingle bells, you know, when I would look at those kinds of lists, and again, not dissing them, nothing wrong with them. it you know, it is fun if you're like a mixed media artist, or you're a painter, or you're, you know, a drawer, you know, a person who draws. You know, you see jingle bells and you would draw it, or you would paint it, or you know, whatever the case is. For myself, I am a writer, you know. I like to write. I like storytelling, obviously. I like, yeah, I like creative writing. You know, I used to teach it when I was teaching homeschoolers, and I love creative writing. And so I wanted to do a list that was more of storytelling, not just doodling a picture of something or painting a picture of something. Of course, you can do that if you want, but these things kind of lend themselves to stories, you know, and putting words to the memories of the various things on the list. So for instance, like wrapping presents. Yes, that's only 2 words. You know, so like, do you draw a picture of somebody wrapping presents? Do you find a picture of somebody wrapping presents? Do you, you know, paint a picture of wrapping presents? Do you, you know, what do you do, right? Well, in our family, we always had, I guess, a tradition of wrapping presents, you know. We always wrap them on Christmas Day Eve. No, Christmas Eve day. Yeah, Christmas Eve day. And it was like most of the day affair, right? Like I would take my daughter in my bedroom and we'd wrap like some of daddy's presents and some of brother's presents, and you know, we get all those wrapped and set aside, and then brother would come in, you know, my son would come in, and then we'd wrap his sister's presents and some of daddy's presents, and you know, all of that. So we had like a tradition of doing that, and so that's what I would write about, you know, when it comes to this prompt. You know, Christmas wrapping paper, you can do something as simple as just putting in Christmas wrapping paper and calling it a day, right? For me, and the reason I made this list is because I'm going to take that further. We also, I should say I had a very specific way of choosing the Christmas wrapping paper every year. And I would get 2 designs of wrapping paper every year. I never used the same paper twice, like the next year, you know. I literally have a whole bundle of Christmas wrapping paper now. Anyway, that's not the point. I'll use it at some point, but every year I would get 2 of them. One of them would be like a craft paper one, and then with a design on it or whatever, and the other one would be a coordinating paper. And so all of our gifts would be only those 2 types of wrapping paper, you know. And like, one funny story is like, one year when my husband went somewhere and he was like, "Oh, look honey, I got you some wrapping paper." And one of them had like, it was like a 4-pack or something, and one of them was blue. And my daughter was like, "Uh-oh, yeah, that's not gonna fly. No, no," you know. So yeah, it's just a thing, but it's an interesting, it's interesting for sure. But you know, it's a fun memory to look back on. And especially now, my husband and I are empty nesters. We're actually now traveling to be with our kids on Christmas. And so, you know, we're not decorating, we're not doing all those holiday Christmassy things, you know. So that's kind of what prompted me to do this list, I guess, you know. Another one that I was thinking of too, like Christmas color scheme, right? Again, with the blue. Like, my Christmas color scheme is red, green, and gold. Okay? Red, green, and gold. Does that mean blue? No. Silver? No. Purple? No. Pink? No. Okay? No. Like, never on my tree has there been a blue ornament. Okay? Never. Never. And even at the suggestion of a blue ornament, it was like, absolutely not. Okay? And I would always tell my kids, you're going to get older one day and you're going to have your own Christmas tree and you can do the entire thing in blue ornaments, you know, because it'll be your tree. Isn't that selfish or what? But that's just the way it was. And now it always has been like a joke in the family that, yeah, you don't put blue, you don't put purple, you know. So I just think those are, you know, fun, interesting memories. And so that's how I'm looking at this prompt list, as storytelling, you know, things that just more than just a picture of something or a piece of wrapping paper. You know, what do you guys do? What are your traditions? How, you know, how do you do things? You know, what do you do for your Christmas stockings? You know, our Christmas stockings did not come out until Christmas Eve, you know, so they're just very specific things, I guess, you know. And some are not so specific. Like, one of them is make a paper snowflake, you know. So another one is your favorite holiday scent, you know. So that can, again, they can be interpreted any way that you want to interpret them. But I just thought they were fun, and if you want to pick one up, check the link below, and there'll be a link to the whatchamacallit, The Rambles, no, when I introduced it, right? Yeah, there'll be a link below to where you can go get your own and print it out. Okay, so I made this book. I have already started it, and this is how I'm working it. I found these numbers, which I love, in my, oh my gosh, you guys, you have no idea. That's just one. That's one of 8. It just has everything in it. I think this one's labeled embellishments, actually. Yep, Christmas embellishments. But it has everything in it, from Happy Mail that people have sent me to to things that I've made in the past. Like, look at these cute little things, little tags that I made in the past. There were some other ones. Where were they? Oh, I'll show you. Like little clusters that I had made in the past. Things I printed out. This little postcard I made years ago. I mean, all kinds of stuff, right, to use. Oh, all of these were made. These were for clusters, I think. Yeah. All kinds of stuff. Oh, there are the little jingle bells. So fun. Yeah. Just a lot of fun stuff. I love Christmas. Oh, so fun. So there's that. Okay, so I found these in there. So I'm using these for the actual day of the week, you know, the number of the day. And then these are the address labels that I made into my day stickers, you know, so that made it easier. This is, and then how I'm doing the prompts is that I'm using, and they're in here, there's a hole in that bag. I'm using these right here, and these are from Jilly Bean Studios, so you can go over to her. I will link the video. Sorry if my voice keeps changing. I keep making sure you're in frame. Jilly Bean Studio, go over to her link that I'll have below, and it'll take you to the video where she has a link to her free printables, and they are super, super cute. Okay, so make sure you head on over to check those out. This, I just have a piece of wax paper over the picture because this one was sticking to it. This one's gonna go over here. But this, the first prompt was favorite memory from this year. And this was my favorite memory when we went on our vacation this summer. And what I've done is I printed out 2 of these. So one, you know, stays in my book. And then I used, you know, I cut this out to put on my page. And then now I'm cutting these out. So the first one got glued with the number 1, little present from Jill. And then on the second, yep, here is the second, which was a Friday. I hope I got these right. And then here's number 2, list of favorite Christmas tunes. So that's how I'm doing it. You don't have to do it the way I do it. You know, you do it any way you want to do it. The only thing that I would really appreciate is if you are using it, don't forget to put the hashtag. I would love to see your work. A couple people have already used the hashtag, and it's so exciting to just go to that hashtag on Instagram and see what you guys are creating. I love that. So, and I know there are so many prompts out there and things to do in December. I don't want you to feel overwhelmed at all. I just want you to have fun, and, you know, it's a new list. So here are my favorite Christmas tunes, and then I wrote like a little bit more, you know, like my very favorite holiday tune is "Oh Holy Night" by the Judds, okay? And I would sing this at the top of my lungs. Like, I have no idea what my neighbors thought of me or my voice. There could have been dogs howling. I'm not sure, but yeah. And then I questioned myself, why don't I do that anymore? Why don't I sing at the top of my lungs anymore? I don't know. The second one is Feliz Navidad, and then Mary, Did You Know, and then Let There Be Peace on Earth, which I've embellished that on. Not embellished, I just extended that story by Vince Gill. I taught my second graders back in around 1995 for a Christmas show at school. So that's just a fun memory. You know, I don't know, I just wanted more to just what the prompt was. You know, I want for myself the story behind it, right? And then this was the third. These are some raffle tickets. This is a little embellishment I made. Aren't they cute? Little clusters on coin envelopes. So cute. This was the 3rd, a Saturday. That's when I'm filming it now. And then this is how I used, or one of the ways I'm going to use Brooke's, I might have to cut this off some. Brooke's, another Friday, her Friday freebie from her, whatchamacallit, Facebook group, which will be down below, yeah? So I just cut it out and just, you know, just stuck it in here as a little flap. I really like interactive stuff. Then this is where I put my number 3, winter weather where you are, right? I was going through some of my stickers. This is actually a palm tree. I'm pretty sure Brookie did this for me. She painted a palm tree that has ornaments on it. This is literally what you find here, okay? And then I just, you know, journaled and stuff. But then the winter weather, my husband and I were just talking about it the other day. You know, there are a lot of people here that don't have central heating, believe it or not. And I remember when I was dating my husband, they did not have central air and they did not have central heat. They did not get any of that until my daughter was born in 1996. And then the first place that we stayed at, that my husband and I lived at, didn't have heat. I remember literally being able to see my breath. It doesn't get all that cold here, but boy, oh boy, when it gets cold, it is cold. And yeah, I remember one of the fond memories was of my mother-in-law and how when she was cooking dinner at night and it was cold out, they didn't have heat. And so they would, when she was done cooking dinner, she would just leave the oven door open. So the kitchen would get all nice and toasty from just having the oven door open. And I used to do that as well. So it's those types of things, you know, that I want to document in my memory journal for this Christmas season. And there are lots of ways to do it, you know, lots of ways. And I'm just having so much fun, like getting all these things out of those boxes that I have not been through in years, literally years, and just putting stickers down and, you know, using little cards and embellishments that I've had forever, and, you know, little things that I've printed. It's just, I'm only on day 3 and I'm having a fantastic job. So yeah, I hope you guys will join me in the prompts. And so let me just tell you what's going to be happening. Okay, so this coming week is going to be the making of this journal from start to finish, okay? Then I will continue to do my ramble sessions on Monday, and then it will be Wednesdays and Fridays normally. I don't really like to stick, you know, I don't really have a schedule, but if, you know, I don't know, to make it make more sense, probably on Wednesdays and Fridays, I'm going to be having flip throughs, and I'm already up to, like, I don't even know, the 23rd or the 28th of December or something like that. So yeah, I'm probably going to try to do flip throughs through the end of the year. Yes, through the end of the year, and maybe even the beginning part of January, because we have, you know, family coming into town. We're gonna be out of town. The month of December is just super busy. When my husband was on the couch the last few days, I think this is the 10th video that I am filming now. So I've been filming up a storm and trying to get them up and scheduled and all that, so that I don't miss a beat on the channel, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's what's going to be happening. So make sure that if you want to, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you know next time a video is coming out. And be sure to check back tomorrow and the rest of this week until Friday. So Tuesday, Thursday, what am I doing? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday will be the videos pertaining to this journal and how to make a junk journal out of a clasp envelope. And then following that and through the rest of December, I will be having my ramble sessions hopefully every Monday, and then Wednesdays and Fridays I'll be doing flip throughs. Finally, I'm finally catching up on my flip throughs. So I hope you enjoy that lineup. make sure that you check out the you know, this thing, the prompt list if you want to. I think it's going to be super fun. And don't forget the hashtag Never Hopeless Christmas 2022. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day and a wonderful week. And I'll talk to you all real soon. Bye for now.